one. So,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Melissa.
And I'm Rhonda.
Together, we are MaverickRx. We're attempting to live our life in balance. We're doing that darn. Okay, cool. So you have something on the old calendar today, 1 o'clock. A work function.
Yeah. Work function.
Work function.
Hang on one second.
Yeah. Bye, Frank. Have a great day, Frank.
All right, bye.
That's Frank. He's going to work. Frank is still, so he sells lumber, so he's able to work because like they needed lumber still, no matter what, people need wood. So he's still able to go to work. Okay, you were saying 1 o'clock you got DNA.
Yeah, 1 o'clock I got DNA.
Good morning, Aaron.
And let's see, 1 o'clock I got DNA. 9:30 I'm gonna do yoga and then possibly run after.
I'm doing 9:30 yoga too.
Are you?
Yeah, now I am. Now that I know there's yoga. Now I'm gonna. Because I need a better exercise rhythm. The trouble is I was running, things were going, hey, sorry, the dog's with me, of course. I was running and then when I run, my legs, like my joints hurt on my legs. So now I'm just walking and that's cool. It works. I can, I've decided that if I eat well enough and walk and do toning exercises, it's all good.
Well, I feel like I'm totally losing my strength. I've said this a few times in my arm, and every day I feel more and more of that. But anyway, how is everybody doing?
Britt, Liz, Renata, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
I have to say I'm glad I have things to do today because I'm pretty sad.
Yeah, man. So if you didn't see our post yesterday, Rhonda's daughter's dance school has closed.
So yesterday was a little bit of a punch in the gut for both of us. I know it's not the worst thing, and I know it could happen. And it just accentuates everybody that's going through bad things with all of this. But I think it's just going to keep getting worse. People are going to keep getting punched in the gut. So, so yesterday was a lot of tears at the Tumanello house, including myself, because my daughter has danced since she's been 3, and it's been just a part of her inner soul. And I can't tell you the joy I get watching her dance. It's everything. And she'll be a senior next year. So, and I'm like, just my heart's breaking for all those seniors who missed their last baseball season, because I just know how all you parents must be feeling too. And Francesca was kind of injured going into this, and this
COVID.
Yeah, and she has made the best friends at this studio, and it's like she's like, there's talk of maybe her opening her garage and they dance in the garage or something. I don't know. But she's like, if I compete next year, it's only going to be independently. I'm not going to another studio. So it's I was pretty sad. She was pretty sad. And yeah, just trying to wrap my head around all of that. So
I'm sorry.
But it is what it is. That's why I have some good devotions today, because I searched, because it's basically talking to me, remind me, because I need a reminder today, folks, because the wind is a little bit knocked out of my sail. I'll be quite honest. So.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to happen to lots of us as it goes by.
Yeah. Yeah, she danced she started at the Park
Okay.
District. She danced there for a couple years, and she went to Plainfield and danced there. And basically, it was the first year that they started the dance team at the Y, and she did phenomenal there. She and got to the point where it was time to move on and went to this other studio, which was a hard step because she had made such great relationships with her other dance teachers. And but she's been injured a few times, so that's the thing about dance. But I've also been very invested in her dance life. I did a lot with her dancing, so it's yeah. Even the little one was devastated yesterday, crying, because it's been a whole family thing. It's been a part of us. So anyway, on that, I know, not happy news, guys. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
have.
I think okay. Like I was saying last night, you shouldn't apologize for feeling bad. I mean, there's lots of kids that are no longer doing the thing they love doing,
Yeah.
and that sucks. Stop
That
fighting.
sucks because it does. It takes the win. It knocks the motivation out of you. I'll be honest. I can't imagine what they're feeling. And one of the things I had one of the dance moms say, she's like, what is this doing to all of our kids? We can't even wrap our heads around it mentally. How in the world are they supposed to wrap their heads around this? So,
you mean around the dance studio closing or just around the whole thing?
Everything.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of emotions. I mean,
yeah.
they're not, they've developed differently for that.
Right.
So.
I think it's interesting, when you talk about like families who had nothing during the Depression, and how those people came out of it and like it altered how they approach all of life. I think this is the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, from all the things I have read recently with economists and just for, the credit union space, it is the direction we're heading. And so I think that it's the beginning of the wind getting knocked out of you, sadly. Like, I think that things are going to get a lot uglier from an economy standpoint than they are right now.
Yeah.
And sadly, that will affect a lot of people here in Plainfield. Like these kids that, they're tagging along with their parents to like stock up on the toilet paper and all that stuff. That's going to be ingrained in them forever.
Yeah.
So my cousin, I've mentioned this before, Jake and Kate. Kate is my cousin.
Yeah, her son's a senior.
Yeah, playing baseball. And she said baseball was their life. It was family vacation. My cousin Rob coached some of the best family times. We're in the car on the way to games. Mr. Joe says, we will survive. I think you're right, Mr. Joe, we will. And Tanya, good morning, Tanya, says, post some pictures. She'd like to see her daughter do her passion. So that would be fun. Why don't you maybe put together a few pictures? And Britt says she's so worried about the fall and fall sports and activities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It really is impacting the kids. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is. Do you want to share your devotional with us?
Sorry, guys.
No, don't be sorry, honey.
Sure. I don't know if I can read it.
All right, well, let's talk about something else. So today, what's everybody got on their agendas? I know Rhonda's going to a work meeting at 1:00, which is exciting because
yes,
there's nothing good in this day. Hopefully that will be it.
Yeah.
We got yoga. We're going to do 9:30 with Kim Grispo.
Yeah.
And I am going to do the same thing I always do. Nothing new. I'm going to try to get this dog to stop urinating in my house. Aaron says, hugs, Rhonda.
Thanks.
Kate says, prayers for you and your daughter. And Shell says, it's okay to grieve. You need to grieve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
It's hard, because I don't like to be that. Of course, not that Joe wants to know this, but it's during that time of the month too, so it just makes it that much worse.
Mm-hmm. It's a bummer, isn't it?
So hormones help.
Mr. Joe says, don't hold it in, Rhonda.
I know. I have a hard time being sad in front of people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. Any hoot. Anyone got some good news?
I have none. No. Clay made macaroni and cheese last night, begrudgingly. Oh, Lord, that child. First of all, I mean, he's small, okay? So when he stands at the stove, he's at the boiling water hot level.
Yeah.
So it's not really the safest. So I have to get him a step stool, and he's scared to death of anything hot, And he's like, what happens if it splashes? I said, well, it will burn you. And he's like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, I understand, but you need to learn how to cook, kid.
Yeah.
I hear ya. Anyway. So that was the highlight of my night, trying to get my, traumatized son to cook something. Yeah, nothing very exciting for us that I can think of.
Yeah, my husband went and got her ice cream and flowers, and I drank wine. So we wallowed in our misery, one with ice cream.
One with the vino.
One with the vino.
Have you tried
I typically don't drink vino, huh?
Oh, Britt is talking to me about training the dog. Have you tried the bell on the door? Help when we train Sophie. It's actually training the humans in the house. Dog rings it, so we know they need to be let out. So train, yeah. A friend of mine's daughter is a doctor now. Because her graduation was canceled, they had a surprise Zoom for her. It wasn't for this. I wouldn't have gotten to attend. It was awesome. So she graduated and became a doctor. Senior? Maybe she means senior now.
Who is this?
Kate said it. A Zoom surprise for her. Graduation was canceled. They had a surprise Zoom for. I think I have to let the dog out. Gentle. Just chill. The bell on the door, does the dog hits the bell? She goes in, she sits by the door. She knows that she's supposed to go out a door. She's figured that out so much. But anyway, I don't know. I'm a little confused by Kate's thing about the.
She looks like she's getting bigger.
She is. No, she's a real doctor. Oh, she finished med school. Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I think Zoom's, fantastic in this particular situation. Certainly is not human contact, that's for sure. But that's awesome. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Tomorrow we have a friend of ours coming on the show.
Yeah, we got Chris Chavez coming on.
She's going to come on. We're going to chat a little bit. And then Friday will be our friend Liz Bass. So we got a couple of folks to shake it up a little bit. We're going to get wild.
Yeah, so you guys don't see me just sit and cry.
Well, better to be together, honey. Better to be together.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. What is it you're doing at DNA today? You guys are coming up with a plan for May or something?
Yeah, just kind of coming up with some media stuff because trying to It's the only way. I mean, you can make appointments to,
Yeah.
they're open like 11 to 3 to make like for curbside pickup.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to, usually they're open from 10 to 8 every day. So it's just trying to get as much business as possible.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to hear what Pritzker says, like about the opening. Because he's going to let people open a little bit more, I guess.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Can't keep closing the doors not for this. The numbers just don't add up to me. I'm sorry. They just don't.
You keep saying that.
I know.
So the kids and Erin and her kids painted birdhouses to put nice words on them.
Oh, that's
And then
nice.
she's going to put them along the bike trail for other people to see and bring some happiness to someone. Maybe give a home for a bird. That's cute.
That is cute. Very
Thank you,
cute.
Brent. So the yeah, that's a fun idea. I need a new art craft for project because we finished the stained glass window now. Kind of what we're gonna do. Need
I
something.
still haven't finished my windows. I can always clean windows.
Oh, I have stuff to do. Trust me. The house it's not done, but it's just
the motivation.
like why I gotta work, right? Like I still have to do that. I still have to do all the other things and be the teacher. I have told the children though, and my boys like to watch video game people on YouTube and they play video games, right? I pulled the plug yesterday on the watching of the video game people because they have, I'm not kidding you, the most annoying voices on the planet. They scream at my kids all day long about video games. And I can't take it anymore. So I said, here's what you're going to do. You can play your video game or you can watch YouTube. You can't do both. It's not anymore. So if you want to watch TV, you have to watch like a documentary and write a paper about it.
Because that sounds riveting.
I can't do it anymore.
Sounds
Oh yeah. So yeah, Janet brought up the so there was that I guess it was a Republican senator or somebody filed a lawsuit against the governor, right?
Mhm.
I don't think it's unconstitutional. I just don't think, all this, it's not like we're the only state having a stay-at-home order extended.
No, not many though have. Most are starting to reopen. So hopefully I'm hopeful that they can't shut us down again. So that I'm hoping. After May 24th, that's it. No more.
Yeah, well, I definitely think they gotta let restaurants open. They gotta let businesses open.
They gotta do something. They can't. This is gonna become more of a tragedy for everybody than the virus. So
yeah, I mean, even if they do open, it's heading.
And I just don't understand. Like they just keep changing the
damage.
goalposts on everything. At first we did this because we were slowing the spread and we were keeping the hospitals. We wanted to give them time so that they could get all the stuff and all the equipment. So they got all the equipment. That we've slowed the spread. They're not overwhelmed.
Right. Did they ever use McCormick Place? Like, is that even
I
been
guess
used?
there was like 10 people last I heard in there.
That's the thing. I remember when they brought the big ship to New York.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 20 people on the darn thing.
I know.
I mean, I guess I would agree that I would rather them be prepared than not
be prepared.
For sure. And if that's what
it is,
that's what it is. Because we are prepared, but
we're prepared. So now it's time to
I do wonder, like, did they follow the news? This, like they thought maybe we were all spiking at the same time as New York spiking. I don't know. But I hope that we don't have a spike like that. You know what I mean? Like the state.
Oh, well, right.
It's crazy.
I don't think we're going to.
I hope not. Man, I hope not. I hope it worked, right? Like, let's say it worked. That'd be great. Because you don't want that death rate to rise too much. But I guess the fact is, guys, we're living through a plague. We have to remind ourselves of that. We are living through a plague. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kate's still in lockdown, but rumor has it they'll be following Georgia's model.
They're
They need to definitely, like the East Coast, I think it was Massachusetts, had the like 5-prong approach, right? The contact tracing being like enormously huge and really dialing into who specifically has it and not just everyone. And I also think like by population, it matters, right? Like downstate Illinois.
Right. They shouldn't be shut down like
They shouldn't be shut down like Chicago. They don't have as many
They don't
people
have the
per square mile.
Like rural. Like they're so
Right.
spread out as it is.
They don't, right. My mom said that in the 3 counties surrounding Brock and Jane. So like, they live down in Tremont, like the Peoria area. And it's like 50 people or something in 3 counties.
Yeah.
And so my brother was like, I bet most of those people are in Peoria, like
right.
in the city proper, not actually out in the sticks. So to say the whole state should shut down because that I think is questionable. I can understand by population having some more restrictions or curfews.
I think there are areas in Chicago that are bad, and because there's a lot of people there not listening to the orders. So
that's going to create problems.
So there's hotbeds, there's parties happening, there's so that, but it's like really unfortunate because the rest of the state is like not having the problems that this one little dot is having. It really, they need to start sectioning it off by county and stuff.
I think they need to approach it by county too. I don't think that'll fare well for Will County. I think we're going to keep Will County under because we're so close to the city, but like down in the central part of Illinois and the south of Illinois, it doesn't make sense to me. But they have a different way of life entirely.
Yeah. So in Florida, Kate's in Florida because some of the areas in Florida, like the beaches and stuff, have opened, right?
She says, well, yeah, some of the beaches have opened, but you have to. My aunt and uncle were out on the beach the other day. She says they're open May 1.
Oh, May 1 they open. So
I don't know what level they open. I was talking to Carol Ann the other day, and she's in Georgia, and she's like, we're open and people can go out, but people are scared to death to go out.
Yeah.
So it isn't like even by opening, you're not alleviating the fear.
No, but I think I think reopening will help diminish some of the fear, like as people open and as things, that's what I'm praying for. I'm praying that these places that are reopening will be examples of like things are going to be okay, because we have to get into society that things are going to be okay, because such a psychosis has happened either on so many levels. Either people are terrified to leave their house, or people are terrified to walk next to people, or there's this, and honestly, the recovery rate of this virus is so much faster than the death rate. Most people recover from this, and that's what we have to remember. Most people will recover. Even people who are elderly are recovering.
I know. I think when you look at the numbers of its, percentage rate of death is very high. It just is.
Well, in certain areas, the death rate is still not that high.
Yeah, but it is compared to like the flu.
Compared to the flu, yes.
Right, compared to other things, it is. So I do see their point. Like they're trying to minimize death.
Well, yeah.
So Kate says, yes, the beaches are open, supposedly for exercise only. And of course, there are people that don't follow the rules for sure. But the challenges for Florida will be to manage like influx of tourists, right? As soon as Florida opens, people go down there to get warm, or and then she's like, it'll put a demand on our already strained supply chain for things like toilet paper.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's just like, to me, you follow the rules because even if it is 1 to 3% of the population going, if that was one of your loved ones, you'd take it seriously. If you
Well,
lost somebody because of this disease, it would be serious.
well, of
So when
course.
you have, right. So when you have people like trying to diminish the value of it, it is kind of, and I agree with the governor, it's an affront to the people who have lost someone because it is killing people.
But there is people losing lives in other ways from this.
Sure.
I think the point needs to be made, and I think that point's not being made enough, that there's a lot of lost life in other sections because of this. So I think there's definitely, we have to look at it in a broad spectrum. And
Tanya had to have a plumber at her house yesterday. She was terrified, so she spent the day outside. That's probably smart.
Yeah,
I definitely think there's fear, and I think that everyone's allowed those opinions and those fears.
Yeah.
But is what it is right now, for at least until they decide what's happening next.
Yeah,
there's the next step.
There's not much we can do.
No, there's nothing we can do.
No.
We can go about our little lives here, training our dogs and helping our kids through it all.
Yep.
That's all we can do. We can take up our hobbies and do the things that we do. Work, exercise, eat, drink wine, drink coffee. I had tea yesterday. I did. I phased from coffee to water to tea to wine.
Well, that's good.
Only had one kind of big pour. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So I have running on empty, because that's how I'm kind of feeling right now. If only you could find the energy, whether it's been illness or fatigue, spiritual or physical, you've been digging deep and coming up empty. It's easy to run out of steam if you forget that God is your strength. His very breath begins yours and continues to provide each filling of your lungs. His strength moves mountains, and it can surely move your body. You are his masterpiece, and he delights in propelling you forward. He is the essence of your ability to live, move, and be. Ask him for the power to keep going. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, be strengthened by the Lord and by his vast strength. And then Isaiah 40, verse 31. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. And then, this one, I asked the Lord to remind you that he is your shepherd. He loves you. He's watching over you, and his vision is perfect. Psalm 23, 1-3. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. The Lord God of heaven and earth, the almighty creator of all things, he is your shepherd. He has changed himself with the care and keeping of you, as a shepherd is charged with the care and keeping of his sheep. So it's just reminders. Those were both basically for me. So
you're good
today.
Amen.
So I hope you guys have a great day.
Britt said, we may not see it now, but God has a great plan for us.
Yeah, it's sometimes, and I know that. I mean, we all know that. And, and I know we all see things a little bit, just our perspectives on this is all a little bit different, but, and I know there is a plan on the other side of this, so we just have to take it day by day. So
that's all we can do.
But some days are going to suck.
Some days are going to suck. That is for sure. That'll never change.
So
never change.
Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day.
You too, Ron.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.